What's up, everybody? This is Adam, back with another episode of Dirty, Dusty Records. This time around, we're giving a little love to the fairer of the sexes, the ladies. There were a lot of people like James Brown, who always had a female singer in his review. There was always a Carla Thomas to Otis Redding. There was always a Tammy Terrell to a Marvin Gaye. This time around, we'll be looking at some of those albums made by some of these women. First album up, it's going to be from Southern Soul Chanteuse, Tommy Young, called Do You Still Feel the Same Way? Tommy Young was born in Dallas. She put out this one album in the 70s, didn't put another album out again until the 90s. It was produced by Bobby Patterson. It was a bit of a regional hit, came out on the Soul Power label, which had an awesome label image. One of the background singers on this is Dorothy Moore, who did a version of Misty Blue that I am absolutely obsessed with. But this album itself is just full of, it's a tone, and the tone that it takes is follow through all the way. It doesn't go from slow song to fast song. It just hits, and it hits well. It's the kind of thing that you want to hear when you're trying to be mellow. The title cut, Do You Still Feel the Same Way, is just incredible. It's beautiful. She sounds like she is hurt and in love. This album is by Margot White. It's called I've Got a Right to Lose My Mind. It came out on the Crazy Cajun label. The Crazy Cajun label is totally a tax scam label. For those that don't know what a tax scam label is, basically a shady figure would take over a recording studio, take all the tapes in there, and just release whatever he wanted from those tapes. Huey P. Mew, who just was a shady character who did a lot of music. He worked on the Hanna-Barbera label. You can see his name on a lot of other labels. He released this as the executive producer. I'm not sure how executive a producer he was. This is the only LP I know of hers. I've seen her described as a blues singer, but this is definitely Southern Soul.
Since you left me here, everything.
This album here, this is Spanky Wilson with her album Doin' It. She recorded this with H.B. Barnum, who is a long-time producer, arranger, composer. He actually plays at my synagogue on Martin Luther King Day every year. He's pretty awesome. But this particular album is just so freaking good. There's a cover of Light My Fire on here that has been played out to death and probably comped to death. But the real winner on here is a cover of Cream's Sunshine of Your Love. Spanky Wilson, it's a pretty odd name. She actually got that name because, well, her father gave her a lot of spankings and figured, you know, it's a good nickname. So that is how Spanky became Spanky back in the days that she was a little kid running around Pittsburgh. From the Pacific Northwest, this is Shirley Nanette with the album Never Coming Back. Shirley Nanette is a jazz singer. She put out this one album in '73, and a few years ago, somebody had stock on this and started putting it out, and it really started making some noise. In the aftermath of that noise, she actually started performing around Portland. I believe she's originally from Washington. If she's not, the label is. This label is the Sitara Music label, which I've never heard of, and it's just one of those things that was like a late discovery. I didn't have much information. I had to go on the internet to really find all the stuff I know. But I can tell you that it's exactly what you would hope for. It's a soulful album. You can tell she has a jazz background because the way she sings, it's a bit loungy and jazz vocally, but don't take those as poison words. Those are actually okay words in this situation. It also features Billy Larkin from Billy Larkin and the Delegates. He's on electric organ on this. And Shirley Nanette, who I'm guessing is either her sister, daughter, mother, cousin, third friend who decided to take her name in a blood brother swearing ceremony. I don't know. But she's also on this doing additional vocals. This is Kimberly Briggs' album, Who's Kimberly? Kimberly Briggs also was known as Kim Tolliver, but at this point she was married to a dude named Freddie. Freddie Briggs, who actually put out another album on the GSF label called Cold Water Stone, which is also really great in its own right. It is an album with a few standards on it, a few psychedelic tracks on it. The back cover is pretty interesting. You know, it's got stuff on it that says like, look inside and listen. We refuse to brag. Who is Kimberly? Kim later went on to record for the Chess label, and she went back to the name Kim Tolliver at that point. But the real reason you want to have this is for the 14-minute track on side A, One the World's Happening to Love, which is psychedelic, comes in with strange, weird nature sounds, and then goes into this real, just gorgeous treat of a track.
When this world's happening to love, I'd like to know. When this world's happening to love.
This album here is by Eleanor Mills. It's called This Is Eleanor Mills. Came out on the Astroscope label out of New Jersey, part of Sylvia Robinson's camp. Sylvia Robinson had multiple labels in New Jersey. She put out groups like The Moments, The Whatnots. Later on, she created Sugar Hill Records with her son being in the Sugar Hill Gang and really kind of pushed hip hop out there, or rap if you will. But this album here on the Astroscope label, well, this is a pretty rare album. Eleanor Mills was in the group The Dixie Cups. You might know them from like I Go One Day back in the 60s. She later went on to make this album. This is her only solo album that I know of. Came out in '73. Is a rare piece of beautiful, I want to say northern soul, but it's not a dancey northern soul. It's just deep. She cuts deep. She made some really beautiful music that I could not recommend enough. That is all we have today for the ladies. I'm sure in the future I'll be doing more albums featuring some sweet female soul, some sweet female funk, some sweet female vocals in general. Leave me some comments in the comment section. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I would love to have you guys follow me so I can make, I want to make content for you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying this content. I'll keep on doing it. Let me know if you love this, hate this, detest this, celebrate this, whatever it is, and I will see you on the next episode. Or if you want to replay this one, I'll see you again saying the same words I just said. Bye. Okay.
Shoulders, elbows.
Elbows
Sit up.
and shoulders.